Hello, interweb. Granny here. Alan's been drunk texting again. Or drunk posting again, I should say. I'm going to try to read it, but there are no promises. All right, I think it's on his Patreon, which is probably the only place left he's got to post. Alan Vinicum, Armchair Detective, in case you didn't know. Malta and UK police are investigating YouTuber hate lies. Okay. 14 hours ago. Internet. It can be a fabulous place, but unfortunately there are a few trolls living around here. Seems AD ran across one or two, fortunately. There is a true and tried and true method for getting rid of them. Ready? All right. Big secret. Not really though. Please spread it as widely as possible. Okay, here's what I think's going on. I think he's doing talk to text. And he's just talking into a phone. Because this sounds like he's talking. Ready? All right, big secret. Not really though. Please spread it as widely as possible. I think he's saying this. Either that or he's really, really good at writing text to sound like it's speech. And we know that Alan's not that good. So I think he's saying it. Let's have a look at it. Internet. It can be a fabulous place, but unfortunately there are a few trolls living around here. Seems AD ran across one or two, fortunately, or two, should be a full stop. Fortunately, there is a tried and true method for getting rid of them. Ready? All right, big secret. Not really though. Please spread it as widely as possible. Ignore them. Well, that's worked for you well up until now, hasn't it, Alan? We already did what? We already did what you could in terms of deleting it and reporting it. We already did what you could in terms of deleting it and reporting it. So I think he's saying that he and Kaka, under direct orders from Alan, have deleted as much as they could and reported it. Terminated on tube is not enough for two male stalkers who want my life. In fact, my life ended. Add anyone will believe it totally that so I've never been arrested for anything ever. Good luck. There's a prize for working out what that says. We already did what we could in terms of deleting it and reporting it. That makes sense. And then the wheels just fall off the wagon completely. Terminated on tube, I think that means I'm terminated on YouTube, is not enough for two male stalkers who want my life. In fact, my life ended. I don't know how we ended up with that. Space, exclamation mark. Add anyone, maybe he wants to say as if anyone will believe it. Anyway, it doesn't make sense what he's written. Add anyone will believe it totally that so I've never been arrested for anything ever. But by your own admission, the police have come round and had a good look at one of your computers for kiddie porn, haven't they? You haven't been arrested, but by God, you've been questioned. Next paragraph. At the moment, I'm taking advice from police in Malta, where I was at the time. Oh, so we're still in Malta. We're still playing poker. Maybe he's going to say next they wouldn't let me leave the country until I'd given a full statement. So I had to stay and play some more poker. Anyway, he's not playing poker. He's taking advice from the police. Remember that, subs. At the moment, I'm taking advice from police in Malta where I was at the time they attacked my hotel. Who's attacking hotels? If someone's attacking hotels, I want to see video of it. Attacked my hotel and live interview. Oh, well, yeah, well, the poker people probably don't want, someone as pervy as you associated with them. You hated that, didn't you? The police in his area have contact. Oh, what? Scott's police got on the phone and rang you. I'm sure the police got better things to do. The police in his area have contacted us. I'm in their hands now. Well, that's a good place for you to be. Have a good chat with the police while you're there, Alan. YouTube are not even acting on all my content being stolen. Yeah, they stole it and used to make money and views. In what world is this fair? He hates the fact that we're recycling his stuff and making money off it, doesn't he? Good. Maybe you should have stopped when the family asked you to stop all those years ago. Captain Arrogance. Now trying to move along with things. The percentage of people who say stuff like they say about me are and would actually do it is minuscule. Well, that's good to know. That's got the ring of fact, but it doesn't actually say anything. The percentage of people who say stuff like they say about me are and would actually do it is minuscule. Oh, my head's starting to hurt. I don't know what he's saying. He's saying that there's a percentage of people who would say Alan's a pervy fraud, and then they would actually do it is minuscule. I don't know. The percentage of people who say things, terrible things, would do it and actually could is even smaller than that. So I don't know what the percentages are referring to, but they're getting smaller. But the lies they are using have led to many murders. Oh, hello. Apparently, lying about people on the internet can lead to murders. That's funny, isn't it? Because you had people out looking for Nicole Kessinger for a while. Funny when the boot's on the other foot, isn't it? But the lies they are using have led to many murders. Alan, name me, without Googling it, name me one person who was murdered because someone called them a pervy fraud. By groups, that's the risk. Anywhere in real life world. It's all down to YouTube allowing this on their channel for 6 years now. I don't think the crime had happened 6 years ago. And lack of police action. Oh yes, it's YouTube's fault. It's the police's fault. It's everybody's fault but you, Mr. I Sing with Kiddies on Smule. Everyone else's fault. Someone should do something about that. Google has responded to these controversies in a process akin to whack-a-mole. You didn't write that because it's well written. Expanding the army of human moderators, removing somebody wrote this paragraph. Where did you lift this from? Google has responded to these controversies in a process akin, imagine Alan saying akin, to whack-a-mole. Expanding the army of human moderators, removing offensive YouTube videos identified by reports, and demonetizing the channels that create them. But none of those moves has diminished a growing concern that something has gone profoundly awry. Imagine Alan saying awry in conversation. With the artificial intelligence power. You said this the other day. You read this out the other day, something about artificial intelligence powering YouTube. Oh, for God's sake, Alan, you've lifted that from somewhere. And now we're back to Alan because there's no punctuation or capital letters. The point is they don't have eyes. If they did, a channel making 100 hours a month of pure hate of AD wouldn't be on YouTube, would it? I like that last bit. Would it? We don't have any idea what he said before that, but it goes, would it? The point is, they don't have eyes. If they don't have eyes, maybe that's the full stop. If they did a channel making 100 hours a month of pure hate of AD, well, you've only got yourself to blame, buddy. Wouldn't be on YouTube, would it? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on or who Sheila is. Get a life, Sheila. All right, there you go. Alan's clearly annoyed. Clearly annoyed, still gambling, going to use the excuse that he had to stay in Malta to talk to the police. The police are coming to get. No, they're not coming to get Scott. They're ringing Alan and commiserating with him because things have gone awry. Oh, Alan, you're an idiot.